Right, so you guys had you'd finished off the white albino saber-toothed tigers, and as you left the scene, you walked slap into something solid and invisible, like thump. Materializing in front of you was this humongous, glowing tiger. It has, as I described before, it has like blue flames of lightning running all the way down its back. Its eyes glow vibrantly blue as it glares at you. I think pretty much the last thing that happened, Radovan, you said to it something along the lines of...
We mean you no harm, we're just passing through.
And at which point it kind of looked at you and snarled.
That's a shame, because I mean you harm.
He speaks common.
And that's pretty much where we left off. So yeah, okay. So the vile creature is glaring at you. Its lips are curved up. Its huge teeth are poised and kind of like dripping with glowing blue saliva, almost like ectoplasmic saliva. Okay. Alrighty.
Like to do something?
Yet?
No.
Let's see.
I take a step back. Go.
Well, remember, I did shove you behind me here because we were walking inside.
Yeah, that was the last thing that happened. Shaggot was like, or Radovan put his hand around you and pulled you behind him. Alrighty. If you'd like to roll initiatives, feel free. Alright, Kia. Alright, so Kia is on a 16. Radovan is on a 6.
Yay.
Oh, I'm not clicked on me. Figures.
Yeah, click on you.
Oh, fuck!
Yay! It would be a fumble, but you know, it's initiative, so it doesn't actually matter. What's funny is you rolled as bad as that, and you still beat Radovan.
Shut up. I don't want to talk about that.
Alrighty. Red Kitten, resub, thanks for 10 months. Go ahead and spam the hype and spam your pants off. Here, I'll even throw in a mimic for you for good measure. Alrighty. Let's see, what was I about to do? Alright, so for chat, let's do the GM roll. Alright. Of course, that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Oh no.
Alright.
What did you roll?
Considerably higher than you did.
Great.
Okay. With that, it kind of glares at all of you. You can feel its eyes piercing as it sweeps across. James Beecham staggers back just a couple of feet, almost like the force of the gaze is actually pushing him back. And you can kind of feel him as he moves past you, Marlowe, kind of shaking slightly with terror. Okay. With that, it looks at Radovan, seeing as he is the only one that's spoken to it, and it says,
"You killed my mates."
Is it letting me respond, or is it going to like attack
you tell me what you're doing.
I'm going to say, we were passing through, they lunged at us, we were just defending for our lives.
And with that, he suddenly just goes, and this humongous, like, vibrant, echoing blast comes out. This is an AoE attack. It hits all of you.
Oh, no!
Oh,
For 44.
Oh, my God.
We can't...
So basically, yeah, it's just this humongous, echoing roar, like a sonic roar, comes flying out. You're hit with what appears to be It's like Sonic and Frosty all at the same time. It's incredibly cold. It's incredibly loud. You may save. You can each make a reflex save if you wish.
God,
Your
thank
DC
God.
will be
Impossible.
no. DC. I was about to say DC is going to be 18. So Marla, you actually literally are on the button. Radovan and Kia.
Shit.
All right.
So I take nothing.
Oh, well, no. Hold on a second.
Oh,
'Cause
so
you
my
can-
stuff doesn't work?
No, it does. But let me explain. I got to do Beecham first.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Um,
Get excited.
Beecham's
Oh
reflex
my-
save.
I can't handle this right now.
He fails
I have
as well.
4
Okay.
health left.
A successful save doesn't half this damage. Because
Not
half
even
the
with-
damage cannot be saved against. So you only save... A successful save will give you protection against a third. So Radovan...
Yeah.
It was 20... half... So it's 44 points of damage. Half of that you can't save against. So you take 22, and then
Got
you
it.
take half of the remaining 22. So you're going to take
Oh, shit.
34.
It's got an ability that that negates my combat reflexes?
You
That
can't dodge the
sucks.
sonic part. You can only dodge the actual, like, frost breath part. And Marlowe, you will only take half, because the part that you save, you will take nothing from. So you will only take half of that. So you actually take 22. Kia,
Yeah.
eat 44.
I did. Out of my 48 health.
Wow.
Yes.
All right, and Beecham failed as well. So Beecham goes flying back. Anybody that failed their saving throw is also knocked back 10 feet. And you are prone. So Kia, you're basically blown off your feet and you land. Fortunately, it's all that soft, beautiful snow. But as you kind of land backwards, you
Oh,
kind of
bloody.
feel something kind of lumpy and hard behind your head, and you look right around and see the dead tigress laying there, almost like some form of poetic justice. Beecham at the same
it.
time lands between the two of them. He is seriously dazed and shocked, and definitely not in a good way. All right, Kia, technically it is your turn to respond. What do you want to do? Of course, you need to get up first.
I'm gonna spend my move going, oh, fuck, and I'm gonna crawl. I'm just gonna get on my knees and, like, crawl this way, like, 15 feet.
Okay. You
Probably
crawl
a trail
through
of
the
blood,
snow
like, behind
as
me
the
in the
snow is kind of
snow.
like your front arms are like pressing down into the snow up to your elbows
And
as
I'm
you're
gonna
like
say,
raising your chin to keep it out of the snow and crawling as best you can.
Radovan,
Beecham
I'm
isn't
dying.
moving; he's in shock.
I'd been a
Radovan, I'm dying.
Spook.
Take care of it.
All right, your ears are ringing, but that's about all. Spook, what do you want to do?
Let's see, how far away is this damn thing? Oh, you bastard. Alright, so I'm gonna kind of turn slightly to the side and make a mad dash to here.
Okay, so you're gonna like run along the side to try to flank with it. Okay.
And I guess I can still get one swing.
You still can make a single attack, yeah?
Alright. Not a flanking bonus just yet, because Radovan's not on the other side. So
No, he's not quite across the plains.
it's no. -1.
Nice hit.
That's a solid hit. All right, your fist crushes into the side of its rib cage. As you hit it, it feels solid, but you definitely felt some give, and you think you even might have heard a very slight crack from one of its ribs. Okay, it lets out a loud roar in pain and anguish, and then it just turns its head and glares at you like... Meanwhile, Radovan, you're only a split second behind. What do you want to do?
Well, I can't cast any spells because of the damage I took with the concentration, even though I really want to. So
But how bad do you really want it? Because then maybe...
Not with this odds, man. I took way too much damage for it to
So
work.
you got, what, a 32 reflex save to pass?
30 was 32, so I'd have to roll a 20, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, my plus 16 is not possible.
Right, okay.
So I'm going to do a full attack on it, and unfortunately, that's all I can really do at this point, since I'm right in front of it.
All right. Wield your Mace of Justice. Spook, thank you for the host. You hit it twice. All right, your mace goes crashing into it, hitting it once across the front paw and once on the side of the chin with a glancing blow, doing 14.
And then I'm going to move 5 feet this way to kind of to get the flanking thing off on. Hopefully.
Okay. Right. The thing rears back on its hind legs and almost stands like it's human. And as it does so, you can see it beginning to inhale, as you can start seeing its chest begin to glow bright blue, and you can feel the chill, and it's like, oh crap, it's about to do it again. It turns its head in the direction that would aim towards Radovan and Kia, because it can't fire in both directions.
No.
Right as it does that, suddenly there's a really bright flash of light. And a bizarre, sparkling form appears right next to you and kind of dazes it and distracts it for a moment. As it hovers there, glimmering, it just seems to be made up of thousands and thousands of tiny, speckled, twinkling lights. As it does so, suddenly a voice seems to float out ethereally from seemingly nowhere, as it kind of floats out across the icy tundra. And where did I put it?
Where did you put it? I would want
Did
to
I
know.
What
lose
is
it?
happening?
What is going on?
My brain.
Oh, here it is. All right. Okay. Yeah. So you suddenly hear a female voice speak out.
No, I don't think so. These are not yours to claim yet. But I understand your rights under our laws. While they are still under my watch, I will see them punished accordingly.
So be it.
And with that, reluctantly, the tiger drops down on its all fours and takes 2 steps back. As it does so, it glances right at Radovan and squints its eyes. It spins its head and glares at Marlowe. And you can kind of sense this feeling of utter hatred coming from it. But for some reason, it seems to be compelled to give in to whatever this voice is. With that, it kind of shimmers and vanishes. The light then appears between the two of you. Alright, what do you wish to do?
I'm gonna try to touch it.
You want to try to touch the light?
Oh wow, I thought I actually thought I was muted when I said that. Yes, I'd like to touch it.
Alright, so you kind of reach over and put your hands in the sparkly. Okay.
I'm
Start
good.
crawling
If I
towards
can, I'm gonna try to cast a heal spell because we're all fucking hurt, and I want to heal people.
Beecham is crawling towards you.
I am too, and I'm just looking at the light like, what was that? Does it
Okay,
sound like the white woman that we used to
so-
talk to?
Sounds like what it sounded like.
Okay.
So as you put your hand into the glowing light, Spook, it just feels like almost like little tiny fireflies bouncing off your skin. Alright, Radovan casts a Cure Moderate Wounds en masse. Everybody is healed 26 points of damage.
Yay,
As
thank
soon
you.
as you've done that, she speaks again.
Uh-oh.
I may have just saved your life, but there are still consequences for your actions. I know you may not understand, and for that, I am truly sorry. But you must still be tried under our law.
What did we do?
In a flash, you materialize on a small, tiny rock of, basically a slippery rock. You are in the middle of what appears to be a ice-covered pond. Glancing at around, Jeep, thanks for the cheer. Beep, beep, thanks for that, my friend. Very much appreciate it. Much love. As you glance out across the edge of the icy pond, you can see two of the icy trees begin to move as they shake. Some of the snow clear. And basically over here and over here, the ginormous trees appear to have come to life. Spook, you touched the glowing thingy, right?
Yes.
Don't touch glowing thingies.
You actually healed an extra 6 points.
Oh man!
Touch glowing thingies.
When we
All right.
I kind of like jump back and stumble and maybe.
So the wind
I'll
is hitting
fall.
you guys hard. It's like almost wanting to blow you off of this slippery, ginormous rock. You can see the two ginormous tree creatures on the other side, frozen with the kind of snow dripping down, looming at you. You guys have seen treants before. These, however, seem much darker and sinister, and they have deep, glowing yellow eyes. You get the feeling that these are probably not as friendly as the ones that you've encountered before. Also, you all have a really weird tingling feeling in your fingertips. Spook, you kind of thought it might have just been where you touched the glowing stuff, but you realize afterwards it's on the other hand as well.
Oh god, my arms are falling asleep.
I'm gonna hold my shield up to buff it against the wind that's blowing, kind
I'm
of.
gonna automatically grip onto Radovan next to me and just like stare in awe.
All right, as
Is
you
this the
go
Fae?
to grip Radovan, your fingers touch him,
Yeah.
and it's the weirdest feeling. They like sink into his, like your fingertips sink into him, like you
I,
physically
let go.
like reach to touch him,
What's
and
wrong
it's
with
like
you, Radovan?
Did I didn't feel that, right? Or did I?
you felt what felt like, even though it was on your skin, it almost felt like the feeling of someone running something through your hair. You physically felt it, but it didn't feel like it should have done with somebody touching your, touching your body or your skin.
Jelly now? I go back to touch him. Like put my
Yep, it's
fingers
like
into
your
it.
fingertips like
Oh,
go inside of him
God.
ever so slightly, like he's become like incorporeal or
Van.
something like that.
Jello van.
Is this the Fae?
Seeing that, Beecham just kind of like pushes out his left hand to touch Kia, and his fingers do the same as they sink into her robe. He's like,
Me too.
that's
Shit.
so strange.
Can we hear each other at least?
Yeah, you can hear each other, and you can see each other perfectly. It's just
Okay,
when
it's
Kia
just-
physically touched you, and when Beecham physically touched Kia, it's like your fingers just like went straight into the body, like there's nothing there. To make
Almost
matters
like
worse,
astral.
everybody go ahead and give me a spot check.
To make matters worse.
Yeah, why
Is
not?
Cal still in my bag too?
Is he like jelly?
Yes,
Cal
Cal's
is in the
jelly.
bag. Yeah.
I
Cal
wanna
is
open and
kind
touch
of
him.
quaking and shaking right now.
He's scared. Oh god.
He's a weakling.
All right.
Yeah, but if there was the lady in white, he wouldn't be as scared.
All
We
of you
don't-
notice it. There appears to be what looks like the form of a huge black horse swimming underneath the ice.
We
Like-
didn't mean to get him killed.
What is happening? I think
Marlo,
I'm dead.
this is why we don't immediately punch things. Although you did save our lives, so
We're
whatever
dead.
law we broke,
About,
we're
don't
not
put this
dead.
on
This
me.
is
We're
not blaming.
dead.
Who says we're dead?
I knew it.
Glaive
There's a
Godspeed,
horse
thanks for
swimming
saying.
on the water. Why? Of course we're dead. Horses
I
don't
think this is
breathe
because
under
of
water.
the tiger things, because they were gonna eat you.
No, they were, and I'm saying you saved our lives. So this is just a misunderstanding, but we have to adhere to the law, whatever that law may be, even if we're ignorant of it. You gotta try to understand it first.
Beecham tries to shuffle his feet round and talk to and say to Radovan as he turns his shoulders. He says, "Well, I do think," and then you hear, "Ah!" And you see his left foot slip. He reaches out instinctively to grab hold of Marlowe, but of course his fingers and hands go straight down through her, and he's now barely on the rock. He has to scrabble to stay on the rock.
I try to
itself.
help him, forgetting that.
Okay, you reach out and you're grabbing nothing. It's like it's going right through him.
Yeah, I can't. I'm sorry.
Okay, he manages to shuffle himself back and stand up. He's like,
Everyone.
So, what exactly are we going to do to get out of here? Plasmic Golem, thanks for
I
following
can
us.
teleport us each out of here.
No, you can't. Not if you can't touch us. Everyone stoop low so the wind doesn't push us off. We're trying to get a firm ground and just try to make contact with whatever the hell
interaction, Wicked
saved
Grim,
us.
Plasmic Golem as well. Thank you all for the follows, guys.
Do we see the trees that have faces on them?
Yeah, these two big ones right here do. And they're standing on the edge, just shifting backwards and forwards, looking at you.
How far is the ice from where we're standing on the rock? Is the rock
probably about a foot above.
Okay.
So it's like the rock is actually almost like a pillar that come up, and the water is frozen around it, and you guys are just standing on the top pinnacle.
So I want to do a knowledge arcana check to see if I can determine whether this weird shiftingness that we have is a result of just a teleportation, like a teleportation spell that had some effect. Maybe we're not on the prime material plane, that kind of thing.
Go for it.
Maybe I should do a planes check, but...
All right. You know enough about teleportation spells to think that by now it's initial for the first couple of seconds after a teleportation to feel a little weird, but you still shouldn't be now, and you certainly shouldn't be incorporeal.
Okay.
You feel pretty confident you're on this plane. It's just apparently you are all in some kind of incorporeal state and can't be touched. Shammy Wren, thank you for the resub, buddy. That's it, guys.
Oh.
Make sure you spam your pants off.
He's got the mimic now.
Are we
For
here?
$9.99.
That means you're a $9.99 or you got you a mimic. What's up, buddy? Enjoy your mimic.
Are we here, Radovan, or are we... What's going on?
This is obviously some spell. The only thing I can think of like a blur effect but it's...
Why?
I don't know. When you touched that light, what happened to you? Did it hurt you?
No, it felt kind of nice.
And clearly that creature was malevolent and we were saved, even though we did break some law we were unaware of. So what we need to do is get in contact with this thing, because for all we know, this is the trial we're in right now.
I don't want to have another trial. I don't want to lose my powers again.
Trial doesn't necessarily mean like the fake court, Kia.
It
could
seems
just
like
be
the fake court.
It could just
But
be
it's creepier.
we have to figure out how to get out of this, or this is the jail while we're awaiting whatever process happens.
Why don't we try to talk to these tree guys? Excuse me. Hello. I'm gonna shout over towards one of them.
All right. It just kind of shifts to the left and right, and it.
Why are we here?
You hear.
The hell was that?
Okay.
It was
I'm gonna
birthing.
try to cast another spell, Gore.
Okay.
And being as how we can't touch each other, I'm hopeful that I can touch myself.
I don't know anybody else. Okay.
So I'm casting tongues,
Okay.
and I'm gonna try to understand what the hell that was, if I could even decipher it.
Well, you'd have to get it to say it again.
So I'm gonna repeat what Kia said. I'm gonna say, "Hello over there. My name is Radovan Rainier.
Okay.
Well, what is your name?"
It replies back and says, "My name
you would, I thought you were going to say Rob, and I was going to start laughing.
I know, I was about to say.
I was expecting Roger, and I was like, no, seriously, what's his name?
Oh my goodness.
Oh God. Are we in prison right now? Is this prison? Yes or no? Succinct means faster.
I do not know.
Do you mean us any harm? Please don't say yes.
What?
Shammy Rain, thank you for the kind
He
donation,
said that
dude.
depends.
Big Sherry, that depends.
And we'll thank you properly here in just a second, my friend.
I'm gonna relay everything that this thing said quicker, of course. I'm gonna say it depends on whether it means us any harm. I don't know if that. I mean, obviously, it depends on if we do anything that would warrant it. At least I think so.
You don't think it's going to be what conducts the trial, do you? Because we'll be here forever.
Yeah, it'll take it 2 days just to read your offenses.
What is that the horse still doing swimming around?
All right. Let's see here. Do any of you have any particular abilities that would make your sense of smell any better than anybody else's?
Cal would have a good sense of smell.
Yep. Other than that, I guess you guys are just gonna have to.
Weird.
Oh, what did we do?
Here's what I'm gonna do. I will just tell you. There is a weird, acrid smell coming from the ice, sort of like a rotten smell, and it
like
seems to be more
poison?
prevalent when the horse gets closer to the island.
Oh shit.
What?
Do you think that thing's going to attack us?
I think that thing is.
A zombie horse?
I don't know, but it's like a guardian or something. I don't know if you're gonna hear right of it. I'm gonna say, "Oh shit!" I'm gonna try to stoop to my knees and touch the ice with my finger.
Accidentally butt bumps Marlo off the back. Hello. Into the water, or whatever.
All right, you reach down and touch the ice,
but just like quickly, like.
Ah!
and as you do so, like this huge image of a ginormous deathly skull comes flying up out of the from the depths, imprints itself just for a second on the ice itself where you touched it, and then just as quickly has vanished.
Oh.
What the hell was that?
Oh my god, that's really scared me.
I think the ice is bad, guys, and I'm gonna stand back up and I'm gonna say, "Be very careful."
It's black magic. It's black magic, Radovan. What did we do?
Okay. Here's what we're gonna do.
Ask St. Cuthbert to fix it, Radovan. He's all about law. Ask him what we did wrong.
Does it seem super frozen solid over, or just only thin solid?
It seemed. I mean, there's definitely a thick layer of ice. That being said, it's a long way across to the other side. I mean, obviously you haven't put any weight on it to know how supportive it would be.
Is it windy?
Very windy.
You can hear it. I mean, the wind, that's why Radovan was suggesting you guys crouch down, which incidentally definitely helped in making it a lot easier for you guys to not get blown off this damn slippery rock.
Miss Lady? Light Lady? What did we do? Wrong number.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just looking at my spells right now. So.
How are we supposed to fix it if we don't know what we do?
I think it had something to do with killing those big teeth, but they attacked us. I don't.
Why did she just let that thing kill us then?
I don't know.
She said it wasn't time yet, but we did break some rule. So there's obviously some balance that we disrupted, even though
Sephora, thank you for hitting that follow button.
I am going to cast Detect Magic,
All right.
and I'm just going to sweep around carefully, of course. I'm just going to like
It's the Yetis.
sweep around everything.
So what's the range on your detect magic?
It's a 60-foot cone shape, so I'm going to be
So
sweeping.
that'll pretty much cover. All right. There's nothing within your cone shape that's other than items that are on the rest of your party members that really radiate magic.
Really? Even that creepy skull water?
Well, I mean, he's doing a cone out and round, so it's kind of doing the area. He's not kind of shooting it down into the
Well, I'm shooting
into
it.
the water.
I mean, I have 14 rounds to do it, so I'm doing it everywhere, really.
Okay, so
I mean,
you're
it's-
going to
it's-
okay.
Yeah, I mean, by pointing
At
at
the
the
horse?
horse, at the
Yeah,
ice,
okay.
of course.
All right,
And the creatures.
Yeah, there's definitely something magical about the pool itself, the water all around but it seems to be beneath the ice.
Okay. Shit. Okay. So I'm my next step is going to cast another cure everything, cure light wounds,
Okay.
Like a max cure.
a mass cure, because I want to see if my magic will actually hit these people, because it is an area of effect. I'm choosing the people I see.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't touch them, so
Everybody is healed an
Wow.
impressive 22. Nice cure light mass. Yeah, you're all healed, but you weren't required to touch anybody to do it, so
fair enough.
it absolutely worked.
I have a feeling we're not supposed to get in the water, but I mean, I will if you want me to try it.
Did you see that weird skull thing come out and laugh at us? You want to try that?
Well,
Feel free.
Otherwise, we're just going to be standing here for the rest of our lives.
Marlo,
You can abundant step.
I don't know if
I don't
that's.
feel like we're supposed to leave this little place, though.
That's
But
what I
nobody's
feel.
telling us anything.
I could ask the tree creatures more questions. I mean, it seems that whatever that light lady was who spoke to us, she's still here. She did laugh when I touched the ice and the skull thing that showed up. But what do you want me to ask? Bearing in mind it'll take forever to answer.
Zombie horse is going to attack us.
Let's see. We need to do yes or no questions just to make it faster.
I tried that.
So, how about, will this horse thing try to kill us if we leave?
So I'm going to turn to the tree ends, and I'm going to say, will this horse thing try to kill us if we leave, or try to leave?
Damn it.
Do not know.
What did he say?
He doesn't know.
Do they
That's
know
probably what he'd
anything?
say if we asked him who brought us here. He'd probably say that.
Are you connected to who brought us here?
Connected?
For the sake of speeding things up, you get the exact same responses you just got.
Where are we? Where are we?
I'm going to ask that too. I know, speeding things up. I know you love to talk in slow motion. Go
Well,
on.
no, I mean, if you ask something different, I'm going to give you the answer.
Okay.
'Cause-
Yeah, so where are we? That's my next question.
You are by the pool in the forest.
I mean, you have abundant step. You have dimension door. But considering the power of what just happened to us, I don't know if you'll even be allowed. And I don't actually know if you should.
I could try to freeze this water more, so we could walk on it. It's my other idea.
So you don't think it's a trial, like, of law? You think it's, like, a trial, like, a test? But she said law.
She said we broke the
We would be
the
tried
bat-
under their laws or something.
Yeah.
Radovan, do you follow their laws, by the way?
Might have to know what their laws are, what they are first, maybe.
That's pretty much what I say. As I respect Cuthbert's teachings are all about respecting all the laws of the land as long as they're common sense and, you know, for the most part, good.
Okay.
Remember the Fey Court? I had to agree to the Fey Lord, the Verdant Prince's
Of course I remember the
rule of
Fey
law.
Court.
Fully aware that he wasn't a nice guy.
Obviously, killing this thing wouldn't help our case, I'm sure.
Probably not.
But if I can freeze this lake, we could try to make a run for it.
I don't.
I don't think running away from her is going to get us far.
We just need her to talk to us.
Okay, touch it again so that skull thing comes up. It laughed. Maybe that was part of her.
I don't see how that would do anything different. It should make just laugh.
I don't
again.
know. Touch it for 3 seconds instead of 2.
I do it.
All right. You reach over and touch it. So you just gonna like touch it quickly, or are you gonna like place your hand on it or whatever, or?
Yeah, I'm going to touch it for 3 seconds, like Kia said.
Okay. So once you kind of like start touching it for a period of time, it's like the horse thing senses it and spins around and starts come flying in that direction. But there is no skull effigy that kind of like raises out of the ice, and you do not hear the laughter of that voice either.
I don't withdraw my hand. I wait to see. I wait for this thing to come over.
I don't think that's smart.
We gotta figure something out.
I think he gave pretty good clues that this thing's gonna hurt you. Fuck.
Of course.
Of course, smirking is like,
Well, something's got to happen.
What's your AC?
24.
Okay, does that include you trying to move? Is that your Dex AC as well? Because if you're you have a choice here. You can use your Dex AC, but I will need you to make a balance check not to slip off the rock if you attempt to dodge. Because you literally are perched there with 3 backs against you, so it's not like you can really dodge. If you wish to, it means you've got to make a sudden move, but that will require a balance check. Or
Oh, so it's making a violent movement at me?
it broke clear out of the ice, like. So it's diving.
Okay,
yeah.
shit. Balance check it is then.
All right. Okay. Right. You managed to make your balance check. So your AC is how much?
24.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter then because it is 24. All right. So you don't fall off. Unfortunately, the thing comes crashing out of the water. These tendrils, like as you see it emerge, it's like a horse, but it's dripping with water. It's jet black. It has these hollowy greenish red eyes. It has kind of like weird, bizarre fins and like vines and tendrils that seem living. They, as it comes out, they wrap all the way around you. And you have got to beat a 24 on a grapple.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Oh god. Shit.
All right. Okay. You suddenly feel as it dives back into the water, those tendrils are gripping onto you so hard, you suddenly feel them begin to pull as it tries to pull you down into the water with it.
God.
You fall flat on your ass, you slide across the rocks, like scrabbling with your hands, and just before you slide off the rock, you manage to kind of like fling the last of the vines off your leg. Your foot goes into the water and it's freezing, freezing cold, but you do manage to avoid being pulled in. Right where Marlowe is standing now, there is basically about a 3-foot diameter hole in the ice.
Oh gosh.
Yep, things not friendly.
Okay. We're not gonna die here.
Let me show chat what this thing looks like, because I haven't changed. They've seen that, so it's that thing there. Alright.
Okay. Think smart. Okay, I think we need to get off this rock Radavan.
Okay, and go where?
I don't know. What do we see, like, past this map? Like, in the distance?
Basically, like tundra forest in every direction.
Now, is it easy? Does it look like it's easy to climb the banks, or is there any part that looks impossible?
No, it looks like you could pretty much run straight across and onto the snow. Beecham
What
is
if I put
standing
down
there and
14
he's like,
Kias?
just a thought. Do we even know where the hell we are in relation to where we was?
No.
That's not proper grammar, Beecham. And not to mention, he said that he said we were in the pool by the forest.
Which forest?
The one we were in? I don't know.
Well, I trust that you're all skilled survivalists and can find your way from somewhere that you have no clue to a place that you want to find.
Well, not if we're in some kind of different plane where we can't even touch each other.
We're
Disaster.
it's pretty clear we're in the same plane as we were. I don't think we're in a different plane. I think we have a spell cast upon us that makes us incorporeal to each other.
But not to that thing.
But why are...
Perhaps it's this. Perhaps it's the rock we're on. Maybe there's something inscribed on the rock, on the snow, that would give us a clue. Maybe it's like etchings.
Okay. And I'm just going to start feverishly looking at the rock for something.
Okay, so Beecham
to
pulls
tell
out his
me.
dagger and starts scraping the snow and the ice away as well, feverishly.
I can try to abundant step off of it, but what if I get over to the bank and the tree ants attack me? Maybe that was what his depends was. Depends on if you're over here or not.
Okay, so I'm gonna as everyone's looking at the rock to see if there's any etchings, I'm gonna turn to my good friend, and say, if we go to one of these embankments, will you attack us?
Who are you saying that to?
This one over here. The one I've been talking to the entire time.
Okay. He goes, yes.
What'd he say? What'd he say?
He said
What'd you ask
yes. I asked if we went to any of these embankments, they would attack us. He said yes. So I'm going to turn to him and I'm going to say,
awesome.
why? What is our crime?
I do not know what your crime is,
So
but we are compelled to do so.
I'm going to turn to them and say, apparently they're being compelled to follow the lady who is punishing us.
So they don't know what we did wrong, but they know that they're compelled to attack us.
It's like henchmen or something, yes. So I'm going to turn to the guy and I'm going to say, can we speak to your master?
Do you know if it's Faye? Is this Faye? Because Faye are kind of assholes.
I do not know.
I said, "Can you speak to your master?" And he said, "I don't know."
Because he doesn't know, or because he just doesn't want us to speak with him?
I don't think that's...
Is it messed up that I kind of wish Kia could fireball one of them right now?
Yes.
Ask Cal. Cal, what can we do? Maybe Cal knows how to talk to one of them. Or to the woman.
I figured Cal would tell me if he thought it was the white woman, the lady in white. And he hasn't said anything. Cal? Did that voice sound familiar?
I really don't know. All I know is my fur has been standing on edge this entire time, and there's something very, very wrong with this place. Something very, very wrong.
So does that mean it's okay to... well, I guess I wouldn't. I've heard what he just
I'll
said.
repeat it. Okay.
So does that mean we should fight our way out?
Hell, I don't know.
What
This
option
isn't
do we
something
have?
that I've ever had to deal with before.
Perhaps we should just kill everything. I don't know.
So, Gore, what is this thing over here? Is this just like a big block of ice?
Looks pretty much like it, yeah. Like a huge, big block of ice. Like a ginormous, like almost like a spike, an ice spike coming out of the ground, out of the water.
So I'm just gonna turn to Kia and I'm gonna say, considering we are in a weird phase of being, perhaps we should first find out if our spells can actually do anything. I mean, I know I cast some spells, but maybe...
Lightning the thing in the water.
I will not do that.
First fireball the block of ice over there to see if your magic is still effective against the physical world.
What if it gets angry and then tries to vine us in again? I'm gonna... We can't grip onto each other. We would die instantly.
Well, I'm not asking you to, like, go on the ice, Kia. Just...
I know, but it might get angry that we're hurting its habitat. I don't want to hurt a habitat again. I lost privileges for an entire year.
It's a block of ice, Kia.
It's block of ice.
This thought process that you guys have is all great and everything, worried about if we're going to die if we do this, or if we do that, but we're going to die if we do nothing. I can tell you that right now.
Let me try something that's not as freaky as a fireball, okay? Those might scare everybody.
Kia, you wanted to freezing orb the lake.
That's a last
much
resort.
more destructive as what I had intended with this
I'm
thing.
not... That's only if we go the destructive route, which I do not want to do yet.
I don't want to either, but we need answers to our questions.
Here's a better idea. What?
All but one of us, because I just want to rip everything apart right now, because nothing's making any sense.
How about I cast a mirror image of myself and place him on the lake and see what this horse does?
But we already saw what the horse thing did. It attacks...
Yeah, but maybe it's too smart. Sometimes monsters don't recognize my Kias.
Well, not unless you have them, like, doing things. Are you going to do, like, calisthenics
what if
or something?
I spread them out, and if he goes for it, then we run the opposite direction?
Oh, you want to do that?
I don't know. Only if he went for it. But let me just try to charm you. Let's see if it works. Let's see if my magic works.
You're going to charm me? Like, I give Kia this look, like, you're not charming
Beach him. I'll try beach him.
No.
No?
You can charm me, Kia.
Okay. Marlo. She gave me permission. I'm going to cast Charm on Marlo.
Okay.
See if my magic works.
So go ahead and pop up a charm into chat.
Sure. It's been a long time since I've casted Charm.
All right.
Okay.
So, do you wish to resist this spell, Marlo, or are you going to allow it to happen?
No, I'm letting it happen. I want
All right, well then you
something
are
to happen.
under the effects of a charm spell. So Kia basically controls you for the next 14 hours. within reason, of course. She can't tell you to do anything like kill yourself, but it's like...
And I'm perfectly okay with it, because I
It's
was
like
really
you've
getting
suddenly got
frustrated
this-
before, and now I'm kind of
You've
complacent.
suddenly got the extra feels for Kia. It's like, yeah, you're friends, but now you're like really, really friends.
How do you feel, Marlo? Like, give her a look.
I feel better.
Do you want to stay on this rock with us?
I want to stay on the rock with you.
Do you want
Marlo,
to
jump down
fight?
in that hole.
Do you want to fight the trees, or do you want to hang out with me?
I want to hang out with you.
I
But
just like I hit the red event.
trees don't try to hurt you.
I think it worked.
I mean, there is something I could try to do if we're going to decide to run.
What's that?
I could try to hold the monster.
But then there's 2 more monsters.
I don't want to fight anything. But obviously,
I'd rather fight these trees than whatever's under here. Do you think it's shoot, amphibious? Can it walk on the land too, you think?
I can tell you when it burst through the ice, it had hooves.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Or at least the front end had hooves, at the very least. When I say hooves, they're actually more like webbed clawed feet, but it had
So
feet.
to maybe breathe underwater and above water?
so did we find anything on the rock that might have like etchings or something?
Absolutely nothing. No, it's a rock.
This is
There's
scary.
no cunning
And
inscription.
when I cast detect magic, did the rock glow at all or no?
No.
It was
It did
okay.
not.
Just a rock.
It's just a rock.
Rock is a rock.
So if any one of you want to claim it as a pet, you can do so.
Nah.
The rock?
Yeah, sure. Pet rock.
Yeah, I would
Have a
love to
pet
make
rock.
Rock Shot's in my pet. Okay. Okay, I think that's our only option, isn't it, Radavan? Escape. We could either do Hold Monster, or we could try a different method. There's 3 or 4 different ways I could think of.
Well, you could do. I mean, if we're gonna do your Kia duplication idea, obviously we'd want to run away from the Kia duplicates, right?
Right, so my thought for that would be, and I'm just going to lean in just in case, I don't know if the horse understands us or not, so I'm going to lean in. Marlo, Peach, okay, I could try.
I'm gonna lean in and kind of put my head up against it.
All right, so Beecham kind of turns around and puts his arms up like this and goes in for the huddle. And then as soon as his hands land on your shoulders, he's like, no.
Okay, I could try. Freezing Spear, it would freeze the water just in case, so we wouldn't fall through, and maybe it would freeze the horse in place, and then we could run for it, or I could also cast Kia's on top of that as another distraction, so that's 2 spells.
I could do the hold monster when you do the freezing thing.
Right, and if it comes down to it, I'll chain lightning it. That will, but only
No,
if nobody's on the lake, or else we would all die.
If we can get this thing stopped, we should just run, and obviously we're going to run to the bar embankments to the north, right?
But I
That's
think
true.
with any plan, we're gonna have to use Freezing Spear because I still don't trust this water. It looks like we could fall through.
You're so smart, Kia.
Oh, thanks, Marlo. I don't think it worked. I think she just likes me.
I'm just going to take all these compliments for what they are and forget the fact that she's under a charm spell, because
What
that
charm
makes me
spell?
feel good.
So we need to act. If we're gonna do it, we have to do it all very quickly.
We're going to do it when it's on the southern part of this island, right? Not the northern part,
Okay.
because we're going to run north. So I'm going to hold monster, you freezing orb, next time it swims to the south of us.
Just Freezing Spear. I'm just gonna take a look at my spell real quick, make sure it does exactly what I want it to do.
Wooly, thanks for the follow, bud.
Oh no.
What?
When my spell strikes a body of water, it only freezes it to a depth of 6 inches. I think this is already about 6 inches frozen, would you say? It looks like that. already? Gore?
Six
I don't
inches
know.
We
below.
don't know how deep it is.
Well,
How about when it popped out to Marlowe? We kind of probably saw.
okay, yeah, absolutely. If you want to look at a piece of the ice that broke off, like where it
Yeah.
burst out, very smart, Kia. Yeah, you can look at the ice. It's probably actually about 3 inches thick.
So, what if I casted it at that open part? Will it freeze the water underneath of the already frozen?
It will do so up to the radius and the cubic definitions of your spell, in theory.
Science.
Because it's like 100.
hate
Is it
this.
like 160?
100 square feet.
Right, 100 square feet. So it's like 6 inches over 100 square foot area.
Yeah. Per caster level. Per caster level. Maximum 1,500 square feet. Okay.
Right, okay, so it's 1,500 square foot is the maximum. Okay.
Yes.
So I mean, if you look at the approximate square footage and do your math.
And then I'm going to lean in further and say, but if your hold monster doesn't work, if we could get this thing to be at the surface when I do it, it'll get trapped. Until it can break out.
That's your job, Beecham.
So I'm to act as bait, am I?
No.
Fair enough.
Beecham, don't listen to Marlowe. She's not herself. Kia,
What would I be?
how about you try casting your multiple Kias to the south, hoping it will pop out, and if it does, you then do the freezing sphere. I'll do the hold monster.
Okay. And what if...
Now, obviously, this might not work. It might not even go for your fake
You're
Kias.
right. You're right. But we'll try it. We'll try it. And then we'll run north. Okay.
Or run north.
Okay, so I'm going to turn around and... Oh, shoot. That's not what I do.
Oh, did you just fall in the ice? Did you? Did you?
No! And I'm going to... Once it gets to that area, I'm going to cast... Are you guys ready?
I ready my spell.
All right. How many Kias you dropping?
Cast. Well, let's find out.
Just like a line of Kias.
5
5.
Kias. All right. Where do you want them?
A line in
I will
front of
just
you.
dump them and you place them.
Okay. Oops. Sure. 1, 2. Okay.
And where do you want the last one?
Oh. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, as long as they're all within 5 feet of each other, that's fine. All right. So you suddenly drop all of the Kias. Okay. Well, here's what happens. This treant crushes over to here, and with one mighty swoop of his arm, smashes the Kia into oblivion. So it like
I'm gonna like move
disappears.
around on the rock to make it look like ah!
Right, this Kia, this treant like poises and gets ready, and like comes over here to intercept because they're like, it looks like the treants think suddenly you're making a run for it. However, the creature underneath does not appear phased.
Damn it.
So it fooled the treants, but apparently it didn't fool the subaquatic horse monster thingy.
Here's what we learned. The trees are stupid, the horse is smart.
What if you fireballed a portion of the lake to blast it open, and then we just wait to see if the horse would swim underneath that open part that you then freezing?
He'll probably still be like over 6 inches below the surface unless he comes to the surface. If we can make him come to the surface of that area, then we be Gucci.
Yeah, the problem is Gucci. The problem is the only place he would come to the surface is by us, and your freezing orb has an AoE effect, right?
Well, let's think.
Which means someone will have to put their hand on the ice and get this thing to burst out, and then of course that person might get grappled and dragged under.
Can you summon any type of animal?
Seem to have been. Well, that's. Can I?
What do you think about all this, Marlo?
Do you want me to do it, Kia? I'll do it if you ask me to.
No. You've done enough.
Shit.
Marlo, you are so lucky that this is not the other Kia. Like, Kia, a campaign ago, probably would have made you swim through that hole in out of sheer mischief.
No.
See that rock down there at the bottom of the lake, Marlo? Go get me that. I really want that
I
rock,
will not
Marlo.
risk Cal's life.
Once upon a time, she got almost that wicked.
You know, Kia. Cal can fly, although it is windy.
With this wind, he's gonna just crash into a tree the moment he turns into a dragon. Unless you want to, Cal, I'm gonna leave the option open. Are you interested in being bait?
If you idiots run across that ice, I'm gonna fly for it. I'm not staying in this bag to be eaten by some nasty horse
Good,
monster
save yourself.
or
If we go
crushed by a
under-
giant tree.
If we go under, find Radovan's parents, tell them.
Tell 'em what,
That we
he was a
died.
loser? If you kill me, I'll be dead.
I mean, see, the problem is, like, after that goblin creature, I prepared a lot of more offensive spells than usual, so I didn't prepare summon monster 1, 2, to 5 to 7.
And I go,
6.
I did summon a rhinoceros once.
Oh, your wands? You want to wave your rod of wonders?
It's always an option. It's kind of always at the back of my head in
Unless
case something crazy happens.
Unless it, like, blows us off the rock, right?
I have no idea what that wand is
Honestly,
capable
Kia,
of.
that's an interesting idea. Maybe chaos would help a little bit, but it might also
When
get
that
us
thing
killed.
came swimming at me, could I tell about how fast it was going?
Underwater, it was only...
Estimate.
It came very quick, but it was only about, when it actually, like, came towards you, it was only about 10, 15 feet away, so it wasn't hard for it to spin around and cover that amount of distance.
If it's the farthest it can get away from us, do you think you could outrun it?
I could at least turn myself invisible if I can't run fast enough. Or just put a fly spell on me and then I'll just fly with the
blow.
wind. I'll just blow away. I'll be away. Yeah.
See, I have all these offensive spells, you know, like Searing Light and Flame Strike, and because I thought we were going to fight more things, and then of course I got skewered, so I couldn't.
I
cast
say
it
we
with
make a run
range.
for it. I'll pull up the rear, and if it catches me, I'll worry about that when that happens.
No,
Well, we got to lure it. We got to get it in a position somewhere.
right. Okay. Okay, we're on to something though with the idea of making a hole in the ice and trying to get it.
Fireball somewhere in the ice and see if we can get it to. Well,
Well, while you are discussing that, we're going to go ahead and take a short break.
I have some thoughts.
I'm all ears.
All right.
Well, I was just thinking, even if we did come up with this brilliant plan and we were to try to run north, wouldn't we just freaking slip and fall on this ice and then die?
Possible.
Don't fall. I won't let you fall. I say, forgetting that I can't help you.
Like, we can't hold on to each other. We're on our own. So,
So your thoughts?
another idea is I could just electrocute this whole lake.
That was what I said to begin with.
I
but
know. We could just go the offensive route instead of running. I don't know. Because I'm thinking if we ran and did escape off of this thing, then we would have the horse who would run onto the land, and then also those two weird trees that's going to chase after us. So that'd be 3 creatures.
Well, I've noticed that they haven't come onto the lake to kill your fake Kias.
Right, it seems like they can't come closer, so if we took care of one thing at a time...
Either they're afraid to go on the lake themselves,
That's what I think.
being compelled. I don't...
Yeah, I mean, the treants don't look like they're probably particularly light.
Okay.
So that's the other question. If we were to walk on this lake, wouldn't we just break
Step
through?
lightly.
I know, probably. Well, if I
So
can
perhaps-
freeze 6 more inches, we could be safe, or we could just
So
kill
freeze
this
freeze a direction to the north when the horse thing isn't nearby, I guess. Just to solidify it a little bit more. If
thing.
that's
I
the
need
way
to
we're
break
gonna
through
run.
first, in order for me to get to the water there. Oh, I could actually just do it right there in that open area.
You could blast, you could blast it into the hole where
Yeah.
Marlo's
So-
Blast it in the hole. You
I'm
can
just
do it.
nervous that
It's
it's
in
going
a
to
hole.
be very... I don't know if it has grooves and, like, texture for us to run on top, or if it's super sleek looking, or is there... what
It's
is-
pretty
what-
damn slick.
Ugh. We
I
could
mean,
slide across.
Imagine running across a frozen lake and you'll be about accurate.
We could slide across. You guys on your shield right event? I could just run and then risky business across. Which way's the wind blowing?
The wind is blowing hard this way. Oh, hold on. This way.
If I just fly, I'll be thrown that way, and then I can end it, and that'd be quick.
Yeah, but you'll be on the other side with treants attacking you.
Make myself invisible.
Well, this leads back to the abundant step theory.
Right.
I mean, maybe something stopping you from even trying to abundant step, but I would rather you abundant step than try to fly and get thrown places. You know?
I know. I could just teleport over there and... But we gotta get you and Beecham off of this, and that's what's most important right now.
Well, I can hold monster, but
Well, I could make you fly. I don't have to touch you for that. And you could take the fall. Both of you guys. I don't know how well you'll handle it.
Well, we have many ideas on the table.
Yes.
Honestly, all of them sound feasible. Probably bad, but
Elusive,
kind of-
thanks, fella buddy.
we're kind of in a bad spot anyway, so...
Beecham is like, well, not to point out the obvious, but we've been standing on this rock for an entire hour, not moving, and I'm bloody well frozen, so can we pick a fucking direction and go?
Alright.
Don't yell at her.
Thank
And
you,
he pushes
Marlo.
you
That's
off the
Beecham.
so sweet.
Beecham is right. Try, first off, freezing orb the lake to the north of us so we can get more purchase if we need to run across it.
Sure. It's gonna freeze the whole lake. It doesn't matter what direction. It's gonna do the whole thing.
Well, we'll just do it then.
And then what? I need to know what's next.
Run.
We electrocute, and I
then
try to
what?
hold, and then we run.
Fine.
We are electrocuting.
Thanks.
Angel of Anarchy, thanks for follow.
I'm gonna spin around. I'm gonna have my Kias disappear.
Alright.
Spin around and into that opening in the lake or pond, or I don't know how deep it is. I'm going to cast Freezing Sphere.
Alright. How do you want to... Okay.
Oh, how do I? What do you mean? How do I want to do
Well,
it?
it's a freezing sphere, right?
Yeah.
Energy streaks from your fingertips in that direction, and Marlowe is in the way.
Well, wouldn't it just go? I just been spun around. So can I just like?
So what I'm saying is, were you not aiming at the hole here?
Yeah, the whole.
Right, so if you're firing at the hole, and you're on this side of the rock, and Marlowe is between you and the hole, and
Well,
you
can't
do
I just
this,
like look around her for 1 second? Like, you know? Is that? Do we have to switch spots?
You guys are barely able to stand on this rock, all four of you. Remember, she
I'm
had
sure,
to make
I think
a
I'm taller. I'm taller than Marlo. I could see over her. I
Are
think. I don't know.
How tall are you?
Right. My point being is, you know,
I mean, Marla's not very tall, so you probably are.
well, but neither is Kia. She's an elf. She's like 5 foot something.
I am
5'5"?
Oh, 5'4". I'm not that tall
Oh
either.
shit, we're
Yeah,
the same
so,
size.
You know, I'm not saying. I mean, I don't necessarily think you were stupid enough to shoot Marlo in the back. What I'm saying
I don't
is,
think I would do that.
you need to decide how you're going to hit that
Okay,
hole
guys.
with Marlo here.
Here's what we're
in the
gonna
way.
do. All 4 of us are gonna rotate to the right till I'm in Marlo's spot.
Okay, is that what you're going to do?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so everybody shuffles around. I mean, it all matters because that puts you closest to the hole. So,
I hope I don't die. Okay.
all right.
Move,
good.
Beecham, that's my spot, damn it.
Okay. All right.
Yay.
So you all shuffle around so that you're now on that side. Okay. And then you're going to blast it into the hole.
Yes.
Blast it into the hole.
All right. Okay. So it strikes the body of water, and basically the entire thing, including the hole, which is now solid, is now presumably 6 inches thicker than it was.
Okay, and it looks it too?
It's
Presumably.
definitely a lot cloudier and it's less clear, and the horse thing seems to be like a little harder to see as it moves around because there's a lot more ice.
Can't. We don't know how deep this lake is,
No.
No.
so we couldn't like fireball freezing sphere, and just freeze the entire lake. That probably won't work.
I don't think he
I
has probably got the spell power to do that.
I can freezing sphere 2 more times.
so Kia, what we're gonna do is we're gonna rotate again, so you're where you were,
Okay.
and you're gonna make a hole to the south of us with a fireball spell,
Okay.
because that's what you're gonna try to electrocute it against and see if it. I don't know if that will even work, but what do you think?
I think. Yep. I think I need to be able to go. As long as I make a hole and hit the water, that's how electricity works, right? It'll just.
So Gore, we can't. When we try to touch each other with our hands go through. But do our bodies, like, can we go back to back? Does that, or do we go through each other that way as well? I don't think we ever got that answer. We didn't ask.
You physically, when you make physical contact with each other, you blend into each other.
Okay, all right.
Oh, so we could have just like gone through each other technically.
Yeah,
Might have
but-
hurt us.
That'd be weird.
I mean, you feel it.
So weird.
But Radovan's heal spell worked on you, and your charm spell, so it seems like magic affects you. It's just you can't physically touch each other.
Okay. Once the horse is north again, then I'll blast a fireball in this direction.
All right, so you guys are going to shuffle all the way around again.
Yeah.
All right, so put yourselves back where you want to be. All right.
Okay. This is so funny. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's like there's barely enough room for you guys to stay on this thing, so... All right, so you're back here. So you want to wait until the horse is, like, back down on the south?
No, I'm gonna wait for it to be north,
Okay.
so it's away from me when I cast my fireball.
All right. And where exactly do you want to hit with that fireball?
Let me just
Give me
press
a
the button.
ping.
Okay, I want to do it
Oh, wow.
right here. Wait,
Like,
20-foot radius.
That's
Hold on, I
where,
didn't.
right there.
No. Jeez. It's gonna blast everyone back. It's gonna hit one of these guys!
Well, if we're gonna fight these things anyway, right?
Right. So.
They obviously were attacking your Kias, so they're gonna attack you.
Yep, I guess we're gonna do it just right about here.
That's
Way
gonna,
far away from us.
dump it right there. Okay.
Oh, sorry, trees.
All right, you hurl your fireball. All right, it hits the ice. Ice kind of, there's a huge big explosion. A huge chunk of ice goes crashing out of that area. And then there's a certain amount of runs and cracks from that point. So let's go ahead and put you a hole in the ice.
Okay. God.
Alrighty. So you did 29 points of fire damage. It's a reflex save.
Oh, this tree's gonna be so mad. Oh no.
Which it fails, so it takes 30 plus 15, so it basically takes 45 points of damage. Okay.
This is not a good
So
idea.
the tree, and you see some of its limbs catch fire as it dips its arms down into the snow and like starts patting itself down with snow as it's like.
What is it saying, Radovan?
You shouldn't have done that.
And it begins
my God,
to
it's
make
speaking
a
French.
snowball.
Oh shit.
Run! Run!
Now,
Can we
act
run
now.
now?
Electrocute the water. Electrocute the water.
Okay.
Let's go.
I'm electrocute the water.
Okay, so either next round you're going to cast you're going to electrocute it here, like through the hole, or
Yeah. Yep.
all right. So go ahead and put your your electricity spell up.
Okay.
I am preparing to cast my hold monster spell too.
Hold on, I'm trying to pick which electric one I want. Okay, I'm just gonna do chill lightning.
Into the hole,
Yes.
and you guys are tracking all your spell usage, right? Because I'm not.
Yes. Yes.
Alrighty. Rain.
And can I have it chained to him?
Um.
I don't know if that, cause that, like, is that a target? Like trying to hit the water and then chain to him? I don't
Well, you
know.
really don't have to because he's in the water.
Oh, he's in it now.
Who? The
Okay.
well, it depends. You can't really have it chained to the treant because he's not in the water, and it's like.
Yeah, okay.
But it's gonna, as soon as it goes into the water, it's gonna basically dissipate and electrocute that entire pool of water.
Yeah.
So you see this thing like buck and freak out,
Ooh.
and
Okay.
doesn't appear to be at all happy with that.
Okay.
You did, what's that, 47 points of electrical damage.
Where was it
This is
swimming to
terrifying.
when she cast it?
About where it is.
Okay, and is it still
And
moving?
moved it.
Where do we run? It's north.
Yeah, you kind of mistimed that one a little bit.
How close is the snowball being made?
Oh, it's made.
Okay, because
that was it. Kia, you on her round, she lightning bolted, and he made the snowball. So he has basically got a snowball the size of a basketball in one of his hands, and he is like.
Yep.
about
Then I'm
to hurl.
casting. I'm casting my hold monster on the thing.
On the tree.
On the horse. No, on the horse.
Okay. Let's see. All right. Yep, you can do that. Let's see. So, and it is making a willpower save, is it?
Of 20. DC 20. It's a level 6 spell.
Alrighty. And willpower save is a +10.
Oh god, fuck.
And it fails. Okay, the thing suddenly just goes and begins to float down into the depths.
I'm like, run! And I'm jumping down and running to the northeast. I'm running this way.
Okay, so you jump down and attempt to run. Okay, you can
to run.
basically, if you step off the rock and start running, it is slippery as hell.
Of course.
So, first thing you do is make a balance check. If you're running right off the rock, balance check is DC 15.
Okay, well, shit. But fun times. Nope, I fail.
All right, so Radavan comes off the rock, his legs go scurrying, he realizes how slippery it is, and he goes onto his face and kind of slides a couple of feet across the ice. All right, upon doing that, Beecham is kind of like, I'm really sure what the plan is, so he has kind of stepped down in the direction he is facing.
No,
And
Beecham,
he
you
is
dumbass.
going this way.
No, fucking idiot.
Okay, well, let's
Beecham's not that way.
Oh my god, he's gonna die. Beecham, we said north!
Yeah, but you also said the creature wouldn't be north.
The creature's fine!
Radavan. Well, don't do exactly what
He, however, manages to make his balance check,
Yay!
and like a Nancy
Yeah,
Kerrigan who
yeah.
doesn't have her legs cut, he is actually making pretty good speed across that thing, heading in the opposite direction. Okay, Marlo, where are you running?
I'm gonna stand there for a second. I'm gonna say, Kia, do I go with Beecham?
Yes, I'll go with Radavan.
All right, so I'm taking off after Beecham then.
All right. There is a huge snowball flying through the air,
Awesome.
and 1 or 2 it was going at Marlo, and 3 or 4 it is going at Kia. 1, 2 Marlo, 3, 4 Kia. The snowball is Kia.
Ah! Failure. Works.
All right. What's your AC, Kia?
20.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right. Then the ball of snow buzzes past your head
And
goes
hits me because I'm
flying
already on the
past.
ground.
All right. So Marlo, give me a balance check.
Jesus.
My balance check has a -4 mod, just so everyone knows. So
Yeah, he
I rolled
sucks.
a 4 and got a 0.
Right. As you're doing that, all right. Nope. Marlo, you slip and slide as well. So that's as far as you're getting. All right. This thing, after hurling its snowball, is crashing across here to intercept Beecham. This thing is going in this direction, like it's going to intercept whoever runs around that side. All right, Kia, what do you want to do?
Alright, I'm just gonna tell Radavan, keep going! And I'm gonna stay on the rock. And, I'm going to...
Damn, these things are fast.
Yeah,
Not
for
that they're
real.
fast, it's just that they have incredibly
Stomping
long
around.
legs, so their movement rate is 40.
Can I cast a fireball behind it? I don't know what's over here, though. Like, off the map, so it hits him.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so it
I mean, you
blasts
could
him
hurl
kinda-
it like
Yeah,
to here or something like that.
yeah, it's kind of what I want to do, so it doesn't,
Okay, yeah.
doesn't make
So it
everyone
doesn't
drown.
incinerate Beecham and just catches it in the. Okay,
Yes, yes, please.
all right. Hurl your ball of fiery goodness.
Ooh, I miss my fireballs, that's for sure. It's nice to use it again.
For 32. Reflex save.
Ooh.
It passes, so it actually takes 16, but then it takes 50% on top of that because it's fire damage, so it actually takes 21.
Okay.
Alrighty. Okay, this one does actually look fairly singed now.
Okay. I'm so glad your hold monster worked.
Well,
But it is a new
It's-
round, so
but it is drowning, isn't it? Because it's in the water and it's not moving unless it breathes underwater.
I'm
it
sure
breathes
it
underwater.
gills.
Breathes underwater.
Well, maybe it's held so it can't breathe because the thing said it drowns. It could drown.
but it basically gets a new saving throw each round.
Oh,
right?
I hate
A
that.
swimmer can't swim in may drown, but yes, it gets a new
May,
saving
yeah. Over time, for sure. If it fails its saving throw, it's not going to drown in 6 seconds, is what I'm saying.
Damn it! Why is that a thing?
I would drown in 6 seconds.
I would too.
And it
fails
failed
again.
again. So
Yes!
it's still, you still have the beastie nullified, which is really good. Okay, so Radovan,
Well, I'm fucking running north now.
so
more
you're gonna
this way.
get up and you want
Yes.
to run north again, or you just want to kind of easily kind of like slowly go north. You can
Well,
run and make a balance check, or you can move half your movement rate without a balance check.
I'm gonna move half, I guess, and go this way.
Okay.
And getting up is my action, right? So I can't cast a spell or anything, right?
Right.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep. And Beecham is going to use his to get over to here without making a dice check. Marlo, what are you going to do?
Half my movement rate's 20, right? If it's
Yep.
40.
Yep.
So yeah,
You can
I'm
move
not
20
gonna.
without a dice check.
I'm right on top of Beecham then.
Okay. All right. Kia, what do you want to do?
Cast another fireball.
At the same creature?
Yeah, it's fun. I like doing
All right,
that.
go for it.
Oops. No.
Fireball, fireball.
I'm gonna check to my right to see if Radovan's made it yet.
Nope, not quite.
Okay.
All right.
Nice damage.
36
Thanks.
fireball.
Yeah.
And
Nope. Okay.
so he still takes
22.
18, right? Or
no,
18.
well, he'll take 18 plus 50 additional 50%. So 18 plus 9, so 27. All right.
Does Marlo like jump on Beecham?
Well, she's like
No,
right
I'm
there with
actually.
him, I'm sure.
My idea was to basically shove him to one side of me because I'm expecting to have to take on this damn tree here in a second.
Right. All right. So this tree is going to be about here by now, and this tree is going to be here. So it had to move past, so it gets one attack, and it is going to. The first attack is going to go at Beecham.
No.
Its mighty branch hand smashes into Beecham.
Does this prove that we're innocent?
For 12 points of damage, knocking Beecham forward
We're gonna
and
get
into
so
the
screwed.
snow. All right. Okay. Radovan.
So usually, a standard action, I can cast a spell and still move my action,
Correct.
my movement. But if I'm moving half speed, I can still cast a
move
spell.
half. You can still move half and cast. Yes.
So I'm getting up on the ice, away from the lake, and then
Okay.
I'm going to turn to this one, and I'm going to cast this beautiful spell, which
And
doesn't
the horse
work.
thing is still not free.
I am casting
Flame
Flame Strike right on this
The
bastard.
spell deals 44 points of damage. Half the damage is fire. The other half results straight from divine power. Okie dokie. Pig and a pokey. So it's going to take 44. Let me go ahead and do this for you. Half of which is fire, so it takes 22 from fire plus 50%. So it's actually
I've
going to
just
take
noticed-
33 from the fire.
Okay.
And
I'm just
then it takes the other 22, so 30. There's 56 points of damage.
I'm just checking to make sure if it has a reflex, because my spells don't list reflex anymore. So it's just making sure there's something you can cast that.
Don't worry about it. 55, yep.
Reflex half.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. Why is that not there?
I don't know why that's not there.
I will have to
Cheating
make sure-
little rogue.
I think in eliminating spell resistance, I might have accidentally deleted saving throw a few times, a few places. So,
So
it
we'll
does
see
have
if he
saving throw.
passes,
It does.
which he does. So he takes half of that then. So
Yeah.
50. What did I say it was? 50.
55.
So okay, 25, 28 then. Okay.
No.
All right. You blasted for 28. Okie dokie. So after that, unsure what to do, Beecham is going to draw his rapier and stab at the tree. And he misses it. Or at least his rapier doesn't penetrate the bark. Marlowe.
Are you serious, Beecham? It's a fucking tree! I guess I'm gonna step up 5 feet. Was that
Okay.
like right about there? And flurry of blows. Full attack.
Alrighty. You hit the tree once for 13 points of damage. Alrighty. As you punch it. And Kia, what do you want to do?
Okay, I'm going to attempt to dimension door
Okay.
out.
Where do you want to
Hopefully it
dimension
works.
to?
Right here.
Okay.
Right there.
Alright.
I'll cast it.
And it doesn't really... Well, let me make the... I'll make the saving throw for the thing anyway, but your guys are off the water, so that's still failed. Right. That thing so far is sunk down somewhere into the depths. You have no clue where it is. Alright.
Okay.
Okie dokie. It would now be the tree's turn. Alright, so this one is going to move its full movement to get to Rado.
Roar.
And a single attack as it swipes with its massive arm for 8 and it will miss.
It'll miss. Yeah.
Alright, the other one
Sweet.
is going to swing twice at Marlowe. Plus. And will hit once, but miss the second time. Alright, the massive branch smashes into your side for 17 points of damage. Alright, top of the round, Rado.
I am going to cast defensively a spell, so I don't get an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
I have to roll a 20, I believe. It's a 5th level spell, I think. But I'm most likely going to pass because...
Don't say that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Don't jinx
I'm-
yourself.
You've done that
Don't
before.
do it.
Oh,
Oh my-
so close to a 1.
Yeah, concentration check of 40. I think you've got this.
I am
Take
casting...
the pain.
because I'm on land, I'm casting Righteous Might.
Ooh, okay.
So I'm getting bigger, and I have damage reduction against evil things if this is an evil thing. I'm hoping it's evil. Maybe it's nice thing, though, and it's not.
Well, it hasn't seemed to be too pleasant, but is it evil? Who knows?
Yeah, Cal isn't pleasant, but he's apparently good.
Well,
No, he's neutral good.
I'm doing it just so I can get bigger, so I can hurt it more.
Okay, yep. Alright,
And
so
that's-
you enlarge?
And that is a 1 standard action, so I'm just gonna stay right there,
Okay.
just away from the
Right.
pond.
Beecham is going to back out of there.
Sure, you
Point.
wouldn't want to be useful or anything.
Okay, he looks at Marlowe and he says, For God's sake, woman, you just criticized me for stabbing the bloody thing!
But you
Oh,
did
he's-
stab it. You missed.
And it would be Marlowe's turn.
macro makes things faster, but it's still really slow. Okay. 1 second.
Three hits. So that would be a total of 32 points of damage. Okay. As you smash into the tree, knocking out huge chunks of bark, and sap flies everywhere. Kia.
I am just gonna cast Magic Missile at the one that Marla's fighting.
Okay.
Blue balls come from behind you. And
20 points
oh
of damage.
wow!
Nice.
All right, Timber.
Ooh! I hope he falls to the right.
As the
Oh, because of the
tree
wind. It
Falls
will
down.
into the water.
Let me make a dice roll. /R 1d8. Compass directions, 1 being north. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, he falls right backwards.
Okay.
So
Well,
he's
at least
laying on
it's
his
not
back,
over.
slumped up against the other tree. All right. This tree had 2 swings at Radovan then.
Don't die over there, buddy.
Hits.
Okay, never mind.
That's just a hit. Yes, both
And
hit.
it is
Oh.
evil.
Yay!
It is evil.
So each hit is -6 to the damage.
Where did the horse go?
It sunk down into the depths somewhere because it stayed held for a good while. So you take 6 off of that. So it hits you twice, but you're going to deduct 12 damage, right?
Mhm.
So I will just deduct the 12 damage for you,
That makes more sense.
and that will be that.
Yeah, that hurts. Still
Actually,
hurts.
no. I should have deducted 2 more. So it hits you for 20.
All right.
Yeah, 20. Alrighty. Okay, Rado.
I'm doing a full attack on that bastard.
Alright.
My Mace of Awesome.
The magnificent mace of awesome. Hitting it twice for 34 points of damage. Alright. It actually has a green dot on it, you just can't see it.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Beecham. He is going to... Let's see, what's his movement from here? Alright, Beecham is actually going to run... He's going to take a dash action through the snow, run up all the way around, and kind of emerge behind it. He won't get an attack, but he takes the long way round so that this thing doesn't swat at him as he goes by. And it's Marlowe's turn.
Jeez. Okay. Well, I don't want to run on the friggin'. I need to check the range on something. And of course, I don't have it on my sheet. 1 second, guys. Sorry.
I didn't mean to type that there.
Well, you wrote it for the chat to see, so it's all
Right.
good.
Actually, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna run up to here, and then I'm just gonna stop because I just realized if I do that, that's could be bad. So.
All right.
Okay.
So you're holding your action, Marlo.
Well, I ran up, so yeah.
You moved. Okay.
Okay. But you're just moving to there?
Yeah.
Okay. Kia.
Alright, this thing is surrounded, so once again, my arms fly out and I cast another magic missile at the beastie.
For
For
17. Alrighty. Okay.
I stand my ground.
Alright, its turn. And
We can move slightly on the ice just so we can see the dots, right? I mean, without knowing we're not all on the ice.
We can do that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Alrighty. Okie dokie. Radovan.
Yo. Hit me,
Swings at you
sucker.
twice more.
Miss. Critical miss.
Ooh!
Falls in
And
the
that's a
ice
miss
and
too.
drowns. Okay, misses you twice.
No,
so-
that would be Goki yelling his ass
So,
off.
Rado, your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna do another set of full attacks. With all my might, although I don't have my strength domain, so...
2 hits for 25.
Crack.
As you
But
smash
weird attacking
chunks
a
of the
tree.
tree out of the way. Alright.
with a
Beecher.
giant morning star.
Is it speaking? Stop. Ow.
Alright. Hits. For 31 points of damage.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, basically you see
6d6?
Beecham like move right underneath it, and then with his rapier, he kind of like grabs the tree, and you see him like wedge it up underneath like a couple of the pieces of bark.
66.
Backstab,
Wait,
bitch.
he could do that? Is he a rogue?
Must have a little bit of rogue in him.
What the hell?
Who knows?
Makes-
But he's never
makes
been in a
sense.
position to do
Oh
that
my
before.
God.
That's really true.
Awesome.
Wow, I'm very impressed right now.
I am too. I'm just staring.
Yep.
We got
And
a
he seems to be
replacement Razor.
noticeably angry. Like you've not seen him like this before, but he's really like agitated and pissed off about something. So it's like he's hurling himself at this thing with like renewed vigor. It would be Marlowe's turn next.
No, I'm good. Beecham's got this. I'm gonna
Okay.
hold my action.
All right.
Damn.
Okay. Back to me.
Kia.
Another one.
All right, another 18. Not enough to read it yet. Okay. Right, with the pain that come in from the rear, I'm going to roll to see what this thing does. So on a 1, we're going to roll a d4. 1 or a 2, it's going to continue its attack on Radovan. 3 or 4, it's going to go for Beecham. Nope, it still sees Radovan as a much bigger target, therefore a
I'm
bigger
literally
threat.
bigger threat. Yes.
So it's going to swing at him. And
Ouch. That's 2 hits.
All right, it still has the minus, right?
Minus 12. Yep,
So
for
it's
each. Minus 6 per hit.
48 plus 4 if I deduct 12 off of it. Alrighty. 25 points of woody, painful bashings for you.
I'm not looking my best, but I'm still have some vigor in me.
All right, it is your turn, sir.
All right. I'm just. I have flanking bonus now, I imagine.
You do, yes.
So I'm just I'm going for the kill.
You going for the kill? All right.
All 3 of these are going to hit.
Confidence.
Max damage.
Make
watch.
it count. Make it count.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you hit with 2 of them, which is for 31.
31. That's.
It's
all
not
right.
down, but it is seriously bashed up. It's more like a
Goodbye.
pulpy bush than a tree at this point.
It's a bush. I beat it into a bush.
Alrighty. Well, Beecham is still behind it, so he is going to attempt to do that again.
With
Yeah.
flanking bonus.
Yeah.
Ooh, and
Ah!
Is that a potential crit?
yeah, absolutely is.
Ah!
Yes, Beecham.
And
Yeah.
he crits it.
Beecham.
Holy shit. So that is...
We are Groot.
You don't want to be Groot. So that is... Alright. So basically, as it drops down to one knee, Beecham, like, scrambles up its back on, like, using the tree to climb, reaches back with his rapier and just drives it straight down into the spinal column of this thing as it crashes forward. Like, Radovan steps aside as it just goes onto the ground. And with that, Beecham is now just standing on top of the thing, just going, ha, 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 and just like, he's gone nuts.
Beecham.
He's just hacking the shit out of the thing.
I let him. I do not try to stop him because he's scaring me a little bit right now.
Alrighty. After hacking it about another 7 or 8 times, he sort of starts to slow down, like,
I would try to get you away, but my hands will go right through you.
bastard bloody thing!
What is wrong, Beecham?
I'm gonna hold out and offer a hand to Beecham. This is like,
And he kind of reaches up and takes it and pulls himself up.
Hey, you can't touch each other.
You can now.
Wait, we can?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now you're
Well,
on. Now you're off the ice.
I did it instinctively, so
Yeah.
I wasn't
And
even thinking.
he
about
did it instinctively, and you did like clasp
Oh.
hands.
So I put my on my arm around him, and we walk back to where Marlo and Kia are. And I shrink, by the way.
Okay.
No
When
longer
that
than
happened,
that.
I attempt to like.
Before he gets over here, I'm actually going to take off running and just tackle Beecham to the ground and be like, "You did it!"
All right. With that, as you dive at him, he's gonna make a grapple check. So actually, make a grapple.
Oh shit!
He's so mad right now.
No, only his grapple was better.
He's not physically that uber, so
My turn.
yeah, you make your grapple check. All right, so you grab him, and you start doing that. He's like, "What the fuck is your problem?" And he like reaches up, like he's actually trying to punch you with anger. He's like seems noticeably mad.
I'm just going to cling to him on the ground.
All right. He is going to try to get out from underneath you. And he's like let go of his rapier, and you can, Radovan and Kia, you can see him reaching into his pants, and he has pulled a dagger.
Guys, stop! Can't you see we can touch each other now? Just like hold my hands up. That's not what I meant. Look, I'm gonna go over and like touch Radovan on the shoulder. We're solid. What happened?
So this round, he is going to try to grapple out from underneath Marlo with a measly 12.
Can you make my icon smaller? Because I'm still gigantic.
Oh, are you canceling that?
I am canceling it, yes.
I'm not going to try to hold him down. I'm going to let him do it.
Okay. So he grapples out and pushes to the side, grabs his rapier, and then he like points it at Marlo, and he's like, "What the fuck is your issue?" And he looks over at Radovan and Kia, and he says, "What is wrong with this crazy woman? She's cussing me out on the damn rock. She's criticizing me for trying to stab the damn thing, yelling and cursing at me every opportunity, and then she just attacks me out of nowhere."
I don't think she was attacking you, Beecham. She was happy.
He says, "Well, I'm not very fucking happy."
Did you see what you just did? You just destroyed that tree.
He said, "I was stuck on a damn rock for an hour and a half, freezing cold, having to fight bloody stupid trees, and then we're in the middle of the fits of this thing, and this crazy, I don't even know what to say. Normally she's gung-ho and throws herself at everything, and then she stands there and watches us get pummeled to bits. And I don't understand a damn thing what's going on in her head. Whatever spell you cast on her has seriously messed her up."
I'm gonna walk over, put my hand on Beecham's shoulder if he lets me.
He kind of does, but it's like one of those half-hearted like attempts. He like goes to pull away and then doesn't.
I'm casting Endure Elements on him. Hoping that will diffuse his anger.
So that he gets a bathe of warmth flood over his body so he's not quite so freezing and cranky?
Yes.
Okay, well, you instantly see the kind of like blood rush back to his cheeks.
Yeah.
And he does like, oh my god, that felt so much better. But seriously, whatever the hell you did to her, you need to undo it. She's gone cranky. She's gone mad in the head.
She's fine. All I did was charm her to like me more, right?
Oh, well, apparently upon liking you, she fucking decided to hate me.
I don't hate you.
Guys.
You were critical, like needlessly so. I'm just gonna shrug at Marlowe.
I'm just
He
going to
says,
start looking around while they
Let's just
talk.
write it off to a very, very bad day, shall we?
Yes, where are we? And start looking around.
And he's like, the hell if I know. I don't even know how the hell we got here.
I don't either.
And he kind of like puts his dagger back in his, slides his dagger back in the back of his boot and sheaths his rapier.
Should we just keep walking east?
Well,
I don't know.
make a survival check. 1d20 plus. Okay, Beecham kind of looks up and looks at the sky and looks around and he says, honestly, I'm so disorientated I don't even know which way east is.
Oh,
I don't know which
well,
way north is either. I just tell you to run that way.
I'm going to say, Cal, which way's east? Have Cal pop his little head out.
Okay. Alright, does Cal have, Cal makes a survival check of 20. Alright, he pops up and he looks at you and he
That
says,
way.
It's that way, of course.
Ah, of course, I was just testing you. Thanks, Cal.
Haha, just testing.
So Radovant's actually going to go not to the lake's edge, but he's going to look out upon the lake, well away from the water,
Okay.
to see if A, he sees that horse thing swimming around.
Alright.
A, to see if the horse thing is swimming around, and 2, because I'd like to do that joke because I think it's hilarious. A and 2.
And D. A, 2,
I'm
and D.
gonna shout, "Did we pass your trial?" And I'm gonna have my voice echo like,
By killing things, probably not.
There's no answer. No sound. Other than the cold north wind.
so Radovant's gonna. I'm gonna turn around and then be like, "Fuck."
I know. I say we just start walking. See what we can find.
I agree with that. That sounds like the most sensible idea I've heard all day.
Just want to get away from this stupid lake.
What way is east? Anybody?
It's this way. I'm going to point where Cal pointed.
Okay, which was
I asked the expert.
that way. Okay.
I'm gonna heal myself because I'm.
All right.
Nice.
And okay, so Beecham moves off and starts going around, following. He's not going to get particularly close to the lake's edge at this point. He is just going to kind of like give the lake a good wide berth.
So
And he just
so
goes
am I.
stomping off in that easterly direction.
Come on, Marlo. Don't worry about him right now.
Am I
yeah.
crazy?
Marlo's,
Not
well,
crazy.
your charm spell lasts for 14 hours, so it's like a long time.
All right, I'm gonna grab Marlo by her wrist. Let's go this way.
Alrighty. Okay. So you traipse through the forest in that direction, heading eastward.
Yeah.
As you're walking, Beecham is like, going east, I suppose, is the best option we have, assuming we didn't get moved hundreds of miles to the north or the south or...
Right. Just try to look for anything familiar. Our footprints in the snow, or a familiar rock. How big's this rock?
Have I seen this rock before? I measure the rock. The
So
rock moves away. Oh, it's a turtle. Okay.
Radovan is talking to himself, and you're going to hear him say, "Cuthbert, it's like laws of nature, right? I mean, those tigers were going to rip us apart if we hadn't fought back. And makes no sense if we broke some law that I wasn't unaware of. I mean, it's law of survival, right? Law of common sense. I mean, you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Can you do that in your mind, please?
Lord Antarctic, thank you for following. And of course, technically, according to the laws of Cuthbert, if you break a law that you are unaware of, that is okay as long as you accept the punishment.
We're kind of forced to accept whatever that was.
So technically, if you think that what you just did was the punishment, then you're kind of probably off the hook. Your spells are still working. That's a good thing.
I'm still talking to him like I'm unsure, trying to get on, make sure. And when Kia says that to me, I'm going to say, Kia, I listen to one-sided conversations between you and Cal all the time. You can listen to me talk to Cuthbert. Commandment number one. Commandment number one isn't respect my God and my religion. Let me talk to my God.
No, commandment number one is thou shalt have no other familiars. You're number 2. Thou shalt not make fun of our
number
man's God.
2. Well, you're making fun of me. Let me talk to my God.
I'm not. Just keep it down.
No. I'm
Okay,
going to talk to my God as loud as I want.
Okay, Sir Radovan, you talk to your God. All right, I apologize. I won't ask you again. And I give up that fight. I just let him do it.
I'm just going to keep walking, every once in a while mumbling to Cuthbert.
Okay. Kia kind of hears in her mind, I really am kind of loose on that second commandment thing.
Good to know. Thank you, Cal.
All right. Okay, so you guys travel on the rest of the day, traipsing in that direction. Okay, well, the first sign of anything, you begin to notice that not that far northeast of here, you can see the mountains as you get towards the edge. So you realize you obviously were positioned a lot more north than you thought you were. But from where the mountains are, you can kind of recognize some of the peaks, so you can kind of ascertain you're still in the same forest at least.
Where did she take us? And why?
Look, that wasn't the lady in white. That couldn't have been.
No, Cal would have told me.
Well, not just that, just the Although that lady in white did set a whole Krampus on us. She did freeze an entire town for being too selfish, not being too good. Although killing saber-toothed tigers that are attacking you is not...
It's not her.
Selfish.
It's not her. It wasn't for it seems like a good reason.
Just because she at least talked to us. She spoke to us. We got vague answers at the very least. As Beecham saddles up to my right, I'm gonna look at him and say, sorry, it was just... We had a past encounter years ago with something very powerful, and
so,
to be honest...
Am I to assume that everything that just happened to us was your fault from something prior?
No, Beecham, no.
Beecham.
I'm just curious.
Beecham.
I understand this whole entire thing was a bit of a mind scramble for me. And one minute we're standing there fighting tigers, the next thing there's a glowing blue one, and the next thing there's sparkling lights that speak, and poof, we're in the middle of an island.
I don't know either, or else we would tell you.
Exactly what I'm used to.
Well, Beecham, remember what we had to talk about in Skane, the tavern, about the crazy stories you heard we were involved in?
Well, yes, that's the reason I'm wondering if this wasn't somehow part of a previous adventure that you've... I'd just like to know if there's any other strange entities that are probably going to visit themselves upon us to issue punishments. I'd just like to know about it in advance, if you don't mind.
There is a chance that'll happen again.
If you see a little creature with like a pot on her head,
I don't...
kind of harmless.
Beecham, the last thing I want to do is to lie to you. But those stories that happened to us and what just happened to us, it's kind of part of the course of what we're used to. Now, I don't want to alarm you or scare you, but how do you think those stories get told about us?
Well, I assume that half of them are drunken embellishments and that they're part truths associated with everything. But,
you just encountered a little bit of what's happened to Marlo, Kia, and myself for the past year.
Yes, well, far be it from me to say that I'd rather like not to be killed because of something I haven't done, so all I'm saying is if there's anything that you feel it would be pertinent for me to know, I'd very much appreciate it if you brought it to my attention earlier, rather than after.
I am sorry if we misled you in any way. That is not our intention.
Oh, no, I've not been misled. I'm just...
Well, I understood. How is Beecham health-wise? Like, is he looking good, or he still looks hurt?
He's pretty badly hurt, but he's not terribly hurt, because he hadn't really been hurt that much, other than one blow from the treant, so... He's not well. He's limping a bit and his shoulder's dragging, but he's not near death.
So seeing that, I am going to heal him again.
Okay, alright.
The Cure Light. Burning through all my spell slots, which is always smart.
Excellent. Now's the time for this thing to come back. Right. Okay. Alright, so you guys are going to carry on heading eastward, or do you want to start heading... You want to keep east?
Yeah, we're going to migrate a little bit southeast, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're going to start going a little bit more southeast.
Where
Okay.
Marlowe's going, unless she's just
Alright.
avoiding us as a party.
That's not going to avoid
Which is
Kia.
entirely-
Kia is her buddy. Alrighty. Okay, so you carry on. Late that afternoon, finally, you are like emerging out of the edge of the woods, and you can kind of see to your left the mountains. To your right is open plains and fields, and as you head a little as you're heading a little further south, by now the wind has actually died down to some degree. It's still present and it's still bloody cold, but it's nowhere near as strong as it was.
Yay!
Just
But
see
as you
if
guys
I...
kind of like look out over the open fields, it's just like rolling hills between you and whatever you're heading towards. Just small, like gentle rolling hills. You can see periodic little crops of trees and stuff like that, but it wouldn't be hard to imagine that during the summer months, this is probably not a unpleasant place.
But we see no, like, civilization or anything.
Not yet, no.
I'm going to look at everyone and I'm going to shrug and be like, I guess we keep going?
I think so. Keep going east.
Alrighty.
Maybe go up on one of those hills and see the overlying areas and...
Yes. Vantage point. Good thinking, sir.
Or priest. I know. Gotta think tactically to some degree, right?
I attempt on occasion.
Okay.
We move on. Try to go to the top of a hill, see around our area, see if we can see any like smokestacks rising or
All right.
anything.
So yeah, you kind of carry on until it's just starting to begin to get dusk. You're at the top of a hill. Unfortunately, beyond that hill are more hills. So you can't see anything that looks like immediate civilization.
All right,
boy.
so I guess
Okay.
go down the hill and find a place to like set up camp.
Yeah. It's a good idea. Or we could do it at the top of the hill so everyone can see us.
Well, with the wind, you know.
Yeah.
Just make a smoke signal.
Yeah, maybe in between two hills, between two ferns.
All right. Okay. So up on the hill, you want to create yourself a nice little little campment.
Yes, let's do that. Get some
Alrighty.
rest.
All right. So you put your tent up. I'm not going to move you to an entire map just for that, but here, have a tent. We'll pretend that those trees are small hills.
Four. Watches for sure. I'll take second watch. Marlo, interested
I'll
in the
take
first
first.
watch? All right.
Absolutely, Miss Kia.
Now
Yeah,
you
we're-
feel back to normal tomorrow morning. Don't worry.
I feel fine.
Sure.
All right. I'm going to go into my tent and try to stay warm and go to sleep.
Alrighty. Yeah, I mean, it's not particularly warm, but it's a hell of a lot better than being outside in the cold winter air. From your vantage point on the hill, you can easily see everything around you, so it's a lot better place to watch than in amongst all the trees. Many cold hours pass, but you're pretty much left alone, other than the odd snow bunny skipping through the snow on rare occasion.
I kill one.
Do you want to?
Yes.
What do you want to kill it with? What's your game plan?
I got a bow and arrow, I think.
Okay, shoot. Okay, go ahead.
Oh man, I gotta
Shoot a snow bunny. If you hit it, you will kill it.
You monster!
14 or higher, and you hunt and kill a snow bunny. There you go.
I don't even know how to use a weapon on this sheet. I don't know, man. Did that do anything?
No, unfortunately. You were close. Your arrow landed close, and then it disappeared down the hole.
I don't think I have my weapons macro set up. It's fine. Alright. I don't tell anyone about my failed attempt at trying to kill a bunny. They'll just see an arrow stuck into the ground when they wake up.
What's that? Nothing.
Nothing.
Were we attacked by bandits? No.
Art.
Right.
Art. Outdoor art.
I'm just going to be sleeping. Like, I'm trying to get my full 8 hours because I need it.
I'm sleeping for
All right.
4 hours.
Okay, no problem.
Alright.
You are fully rested. You wake up the following morning and can continue your journey across the rolling hills.
We do that. I also create food and water for everybody, even though they don't want me to.
Thank you, Radovan. I appreciate
Well, it's
everything
like they
you
all
did for
want
us.
it. It's just they all wish it tasted better.
They get what they get, and they don't get upset.
I
That's
sneak a piece of jerky from
Beecham.
him and kind of combine it, wrap the jerky.
Yeah, he'll share some. He'll share some jerky and whatever. And once again, you see him pulling out like fruit from his bag and eating it.
How does he keep all this stuff?
Well, if you remember when you were all telling him to go and mind his own business, he disappeared for 2 hours. And you wondered where he'd gone, and he came back with a bag. Beecham went and got himself some supplies and stuff during that 2 hours, is what he did. All right, okay. So you continue traipsing across the hills. Several hours later, as you come down the hill, laying down like at the base of the hill in front of you, you can see what appears to be bodies scattered around.
Ooh.
Half a dozen or so or more. Right there in the open, a small cluster of corpses. Of course, right now you're seeing them from the side of the hill, so they're very small in the distance right now.
And do we see any movements around?
Doesn't appear to be.
Can we tell what type of humans they are? Do they look like
From
dwarves?
here,
or
they are
people?
humanoid, and that's all I'm
Humanoid?
going to tell you. Humanoid.
I'm going to cast Magic Vestment on myself, and we're
I
gonna.
was
I'm
just
gonna
about to say that.
I'm gonna suggest we go down. We should go down there and see what's.
Yes, agreed.
Alrighty.
But before we go down, I'm going to have Cal take a look to see if he can spot everything as I cast Mage Armor on myself.
Do you want him to like, fly down there and scout, or?
Yes, to see if he sees anything in that area before
Alright,
we...
well, with the wind not being too high, Cal goes in nice and low. Monkey, thank you for the follow. Alright, your little pseudo-dragon familiar goes and swoops over the little battlefield a couple of times.
Oh, two.
Gets a 12 spot check. Comes back and he says, "They all look pretty dead to me, Kia. All of them.
How many?
About 6, and they were all dead people. Like you. Well, not like you, more like Radovan.
And you didn't see anybody around them alive?
Didn't see any of them twitching.
I'll relay that message. So let's go down there. Be careful.
So I'm gonna hold my shield and my mace, and I'm gonna nod and say, "All right." I'm gonna look at Marlowe. You ready?
How do you feel, Marlo? Feel better?
Alrighty. Of course, Marlowe is not under a charm spell anymore. Okay. As you head down, that's not the one I want that one. Alright, as you head down the side of the hill, yes, you can see several bodies. There are weapons laying around, shields, and there are fairly fresh indentations, bloody red indentations, all around them in the snow. Clearly, this couldn't have happened that long ago, because the blood is still stained the white snow. There are tons of deep indented footprints that look reasonably fresh, and snow hasn't filled them in, although it actually didn't snow last night. But even then, you know, from the looks of the corpses, this didn't happen long ago. A heal check, of course, you might be able to find out more or whatever, but...
Right. So I'm going to cautiously approach, looking with my eye to all the surroundings. This is like a cliff or a hill, right?
No, it looks like a massive mound of snow. Almost like a really out-of-place pile of snow.
Are there any footprints or trails of blood leading away from the scene? If it's new?
There's footprints leading away from the scene that kind of head off in a northeasterly direction.
So I'm going to say, everyone, keep your eye on that snowbank right there while I check this body, and I'm going to approach the body.
Okay. All right. He is wearing what appears to be leather armor. He has a buckler, shield, or like a targ laying next to him. He has like a green tartan over his shoulder. Clearly this was a lowlander, but not from a clan that you have encountered yet.
So I'm going to do a heal check.
Alright. Okay. They've been dead probably about a day. And for the record, he is very dead. Not mostly dead, but very, very dead.
Can I determine, like, whether it was a conventional weapon that killed them or animal?
Well, the 22, probably the massive broken collarbone and axe wound that is pretty much gone through his collarbone and down into his sternum is probably what did the job. You're fairly sure.
So I'm going to look up and I'm going to say, there's a high likelihood these were attacked by the Highlanders, or the Valkyrie, or another Lowlander clan.
Or somebody else wielding a
Pretty
weapon.
much all the people that we
Anything
have
could have
with.
done this.
Great.
Except a rabbit.
Okay.
But Radovan does. I do say that because I realize that it could be anything now that watch the other Lowlander clans fight.
Okay. Start searching the bodies.
Okay, so the one laying at Marlowe's feet is also wearing the green tartan. However, the one that Kia is standing in front of is actually not wearing a green tartan. Laying by the side of him is a helm that has like a single horn.
Ooh.
He has a massive axe that his hand is like laying on. And he is wearing what looks like it's some kind of armor, predominantly chain, but it's kind of weird and it's stinky and kind of greasy looking.
Could this be the Valkyrie, Radovan? I've never seen anyone around here wear this. I'm going to point to the helmet and the chain
All right.
shirt thing.
Okay, so basically when you check all the bodies, this one, and this one all appear to be wearing that Lowlander garb, the green tartan, the green tartan sash over their bodies. The other two, this guy and this guy, appear to be very different. They both have big, thick, bushy beards. They're fairly stocky. They're a little larger than the Lowlanders. And again, that one over on the other side, his hand is resting perfectly on around the axe. You notice that most of the lowlanders, their weapons are like laying in front of them, like where they fell and dropped the weapons. But it's really curious because both of these, whoever they are, the weapons are like their hands are on their weapons.
Okay.
So I'm gonna.
Beecham,
Yes.
are those Vakiri?
Okay, he comes in and gets a little closer and he says, "Oh, yes. That would appear to be the case." Well,
hold on.
congratulations. I think we found the first of conflict, albeit
Yes.
very small.
I wish we could take a picture of this and show everyone.
What's a picture?
I don't know.
Beecham gets out his Android. No.
So I'm actually looking at this weapon. That's because it looks
That's like a
different.
it's like a basket-hilted broadsword, the kind that you saw back in Scanebrook that, like, the Highlanders often used. Because most of the Lowlanders, most of their weapons were like broadswords, but instead of having the cross T-bar, they had like a basket hilt.
So I'm gonna go over to this different guy.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna search him. I guess that's what Kia was doing, right?
Yeah.
Or you
Yeah.
just
So you basically you kind of like check him. He's got like four gold pieces.
Hey,
They are not Arconian gold pieces though.
take 'em.
They have a different, like, instead of having the Arconian, the picture of the Crown King on one side and blah 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 and the date and all that stuff. These are much more plain. They're just single golden coins that have like a cross in the center. And like a single, like, indentation near the top, between the top X.
So I'm gonna do a heal check just to see how this guy died, knowing that he's probably dead. Hopefully he's.
All right. It looks like he was run through, because you see, he's got a hole in his, basically there's a hole in his sternum and in his back. It looks like this guy basically got stabbed from behind, and didn't survive it.
Whatever.
With a 27, it does seem odd to you though, because if you kind of like with a high heel check, you're like, okay, if he'd have been the reflex is he would have dropped that axe. There's no way he'd still hold on to that axe.
So with that in mind, I'm actually gonna go over and try to prise the hand from the axe. Finding it odd that it's
You can do so. It's not in any way
like attached or glued.
no, it's
or,
not
Right of it?
attached.
Do you think maybe the Vakiri won, and that maybe one of their rituals is to take the axe and put it in the dead person's hand as a
And-
sign of honor or something?
Okay, with that, Beecham looks at you and he says, now you say that. There is some strange ritual about, they believe that, the only good death is to die in battle, and, so yes, that I have heard that. I do recall they did that. Should anybody die in battle, if they were still alive at least, before they passed away, that would be a custom. They would put their weapon back in their hands so that they could meet their heathen gods with their weapon.
okay. Go ahead.
And if another one saw a fellow soldier die, would they put the weapon in their hand for them?
Oh, quite possibly. If they were friends, of course.
So Cal has said that there are footprints going to the northeast.
Yes.
Yes.
Are there any? So obviously these guys didn't just walk to the battlefield from the same place. Maybe Cal can find footprints leading to where the lowlanders came from. Maybe they came from the southwest or the south. Because think about this, there are 4 lowlanders and 2 Valkyrie, so the assumption is that the Valkyrie won.
I would think so.
Especially if they had time to put the weapons in the hands of the dead people.
Right.
So with the Valkyrie are to the northeast, we got to find out where the lowlanders came from, because at the very least we can go to that location and tell them of what happens.
Yes. I just want to know what's under that snow pile first. It's freaking me out.
Maybe telekinesis the snow? Can you do that for far away?
Well, yes. I'm gonna let Cal out to let him scout around a bit while.
Okay.
Beecham, get behind me. Be ready. Marlo?
Okay, so I think I can use violent thrust, I guess,
So you
to
want to
kind of
push
move
it,
this.
like so you want to push the snow
Yeah.
away from you?
Yes.
Okay. A whole bunch of snow goes and blows in that direction.
Nothing underneath.
Doesn't appear to be at all.
All right, that was weird.
But there was nothing it was banked against either. It wasn't like there was rocks or anything. It was just a pile of snow.
Is the whole
Oh.
snowdrift moved, or?
Most weather, a lot of the top is like pushed over.
Okay.
Do you think it was they built it up on their own as a, defense wall? No, I don't know. It's the only thing I can think of.
I mean, there must be something underneath it, because if it's snowing constantly and blowing and drifting, it would be against something.
Well, we have a shovel.
That would be a strange attack, though, if they were all hiding under there. I'm going to slowly approach, weapon ready.
All right. Okay.
Oh, I'm expecting to get, really hurt here. So I'm going to go to the
for it,
snow,
Redman.
and I'm going to start...
I mean, it was a considerable mound of snow. Before Kia blew most of it over, it could have been probably 3.5 feet, a mound of about 3.5 foot.
So I'm just going to start digging to get to the bottom of the snowbank. I mean...
All right, give me a spot check then. Well, actually, no, screw spot. Give me search because you're digging.
Oh, God, both are horrible on me. Hey!
All right. As you're kind of digging through, about here on the back side of the pile, as you're digging through, you kind of find something kind of leathery, and you pull out what appears to be an empty water skin, and laying kind of fairly close to it is like a half-eaten loaf of bread.
So I'm with this. I'm gonna go to the south and look on the other side.
Well, all of Kia blew all
she blew the snow
over that way, so you can't really see what was there.
Okay, but I can see what's.
But you dug
Okay.
that out of it.
So I'm gonna hold those things up and say maybe this was not just defense, but well, maybe it was a defense against the weather.
Oh.
Like how they insulate themselves.
You don't think it was there for an ambush?
Well, there's food and water.
Maybe they were waiting for a while.
I hear. Can you send Cal to see if there's any other footprints from other locations?
Yeah, I already sent him out.
Okay.
Give me his spot check
Got it.
then.
Sure. Oh, don't fail me.
Cal, don't fail me now. Alrighty. Cal says that he did find footprints that were. It looks like a group of 4 people traveled kind of from here in this direction.
Okay. Okay, I'll relay that message.
So we should backtrack to find out where they're from, because we follow the tracks, we follow direction, we'll find their settlement. What do you think?
Back the way we just came?
Well, we were coming from the northwest, coming southeast. So it seems we should travel just further
It's
westwards.
not that far to the edge of the woods.
Oh.
So if you follow that trail, you don't even need. I mean, you can tell that that trail is going to lead in not very far, and it's going to hit the tree line.
I'm sure they,
So they
didn't
came
come
out of those
straight
trees.
from their settlement. They could have been in the forest for a while, then went back.
And if they were walking this way, then if we go straight east, they might have been returning home when they got ambushed.
Yes, that's a better idea.
Aha.
Big
I'm gonna
turns
look
to
at
you
you.
and he says, and if Marlowe's assumption was correct and that they were ambushed, then maybe, as she said, the people were hiding behind the snow, and the food and whatever that skin was, maybe that was just part of their provisions while they were waiting. I don't know.
I think we've kind of figured this out.
But clearly, as you said, the tracks continue northeastwards, and apparently it wasn't the lowlanders, as you seem to think, one, so I suppose it was the Valkyrie that left and went northeast.
Well, we're not trying to find the Valkyrie at this point in time, if it ever, right?
Well, if this is any sign to go by, if we do find them, we're probably only going to find a marauding band or something, and they're less likely to want to discuss anything anyway.
Right.
So-
Let's not talk to those guys.
We talked to the lowlanders who
So
are
perhaps
nearby.
wherever those lowlanders were going is where we want to go.
Right.
That seems reasonable.
Should we bring back a souvenir to let them know? Or I was thinking of one of their sashes, but I'm wondering if they'll judge quickly and think that we killed them and took their sash.
Well,
I don't know how.
if you
Crazy
killed,
they are.
if you killed one of my friends and brought me an item of his and said, "Look, I found this," if you'd killed him, probably wouldn't come and tell me you did it.
So let's collect their sashes then.
Let's do that. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so you gather up all 4 green sashes.
And
They
the
also,
Valkyrie helmet, one of them.
You know, don't
And the
forget,
Valkyrie
they
helmet.
also they all have like their little clan crest as well.
Great.
We'll take that
So
as
you
well.
can take that as well. Okay.
And we're also going to take the what Kia just said, the battle axes and the vests of the 2 Valkyrie victims to show
Okay.
that there was
So
more.
basically, from Radaband's standpoint, you know enough about this sort of stuff to understand what this is. So when you take the vests off, it's like basically what it is. It's kind of like chainmail, but the chain is woven to like a leather jerkin underneath, but the leather jerkin and the chain seems to have been coated in some kind of grease.
So I'm going to
Interesting.
look at the grease, touch the grease, kind of try to figure it out.
All right. Give me. Do you have knowledge alchemy?
No, I'm not that
I didn't think you would. In that case,
Yeah.
then you can give me.
I have knowledge engineer,
That would work. That would work as well. Yeah. that'd
although
be
it's
definitely-
not checked though.
Oh.
But I do have points into it. All right.
Well,
Yeah.
that just means that. But if you have points in it, it just means that you've been spending more to get it. So
Well, this is my intelligence modifier, but yes.
oh, okay.
I haven't put any
If you've
points into it.
spent any ranks in it, then you have it. If you haven't, then you don't.
I understand. Okay. Yeah, I don't.
Okay, all right.
Shit.
In that case, give me a straight intelligence check, DC 15.
Oh shit. Okay.
So, I mean, it's possible you're smart enough to... Ooh, look at him, look.
Hey, there it is!
Natural 20!
Finally!
Bastard.
Finally!
I'm coming for
And
that
if you
trophy.
bet on Radovan, you just won gold.
Yay!
All right. So it's kind of like it's weird that you would do it, but then it dawns on you. It's like, okay, metal armor would freeze up in this sort of weather, but this grease would keep the links from freezing. It would keep the chain fluid and moving. And the fact that it is sewn to this like this underbar, like almost like this, it's similar to what you wear underneath a full suit of plate mail. You know, your barding and stuff like that. It's very similar to that. Your gambeson. But instead of being padded, it's not padded. So it's clearly the material isn't there to shield them from the weight or to stop anything cutting into them. It's just there to help hold this grease in place. So it seems to be like it's some kind of adapted armor that they have come up with that they can wear in this freezing cold weather to not hinder them in the same way. Because if you was to wear just a suit of chainmail up here, it would be incredibly cold. Frost would frost would stick to it. It would become extra heavy. It would become very cumbersome and awkward. At times, links would freeze together, and so it looks like the Valkyria found a way to somehow circumnavigate that with their armor.
So, with that in mind, I'm still going to take the 2 chain vests, and I'm also going to look through their pockets to see if they have any of that vials or stuff of the grease, quote unquote.
All right. Yes, both of them have what appears to be it's like a leather money pouch, but it is full of this nasty, greasy fat. It's kind of like, it's quite hard when you stick your hand to touch it.
It's like soft sap or whatever, right?
It's kind of like lard, to be honest.
Okay.
It's more like lard than anything else.
So I'm gonna take both, and I'm gonna be very intrigued about possibly swapping out if I can
Possibly
make this work.
Upgrade back to chain.
If I can sustain it, and if it's not too damaged by the battle. Yeah.
Oh no, they're not badly. It's chainmail. Worst case scenario, you take a few links off of one, and you get somebody, a smith to repair it.
Well, I'm gonna take them with me, and I'm gonna say, shall we go to the east?
Yes, let's head that way.
Alrighty. And you head in an eastwardly direction, leaving the dead behind you. And I think that's a really good spot to call it for the night. We don't have a cliffhanger this week. But we don't
It's a good
always
episode.
have to have a cliffhanger. So there you go. Hi there, I'm Gorbad. Welcome to the Orc's Nest. I'm the Dungeon Master here on How We Roll, and if you'd like to follow me personally, you can do so on Twitter @Gorbad. Check out thedmblog.com for all things Dungeon Master and Dungeons & Dragons related. And of course, you can follow me on twitch.tv/Gorbad. Also, guys, don't forget to keep up with all things How We Roll. Follow us on Twitter @HowWeRoll. Check out the website www.howweroll.com, and make sure you follow us on YouTube as well. Cheers, guys.
Shagget here. On How We Roll, I play Radovan Rainier, War Priest of St. Cuthbert, who just so happened to author a new academic book that's coming soon. It's titled Libido Rectification for the Required Propagation of Arconis' Depleted Men-at-Arms, or more affectionately titled Mandate Number 2 and You. You can follow me on Twitter at @neb_convos for upcoming book excerpts, just to get the hype going, push up the sales. Thanks, guys.
Hey guys, I'm the Dragon Spooker, and I play Marlo Rayfell, monk and resident badass for How We Roll. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so using @DragonSpooker, or follow my Twitch channel, which I sometimes stream on, twitch.tv/TheDragonSpooker.
Hi, thanks for watching another episode of How We Roll. I am Jane Ivana, and this is my lovely cat, Norman, who really doesn't want to be here right now. You can follow me on Twitter, @JaneOnTwitch with a 0. Shh, don't tell him, he doesn't like birds. No. I stream occasionally on twitch.tv/Jane Ivana, so you can find me there. And I guess that's all we got. You got something to say? Nope. Peace, suckers. Bye.